Okay. All right. Peace, you guys. Welcome to Just Us Jenkins. If you are seeing me for the first time, I'm Jamillah, stay at home homeschooling mama of 3 beautiful babies. I'm also a certified Reiki master, lineage healer, generational curse breaker, okay, spirit whisperer, and owner of healingmama.com. That's healing without the G, baby. Okay. I'm so excited because this week I have my spirit brother up on here, my first king to be on the podcast. King Marcus.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yes, gratitude for you being here with me this week, taking some time out your day.
Yeah, it's been good. I really just been focused on me lately. A lot of changes, a lot of challenges so far this year, especially in May.
Hmm.
Uh, been doing good. Been doing pretty good.
Yeah, this the Taurus season. It wasn't for the play this year.
So what's
Shoot, I don't know why my connection. Hold on, let me try something. Okay, sorry. Is that better?
yeah, that's better. That's better.
Sorry, what were you saying, Marcus?
Now I was like, everything been good. I think we should start off with just like something simple to get into it. Maybe um like spiritual journey hacks, like things that you know what I'm saying we had to like kind of MacGyver to like work for us and our journey and stuff like that. I think that'd be a good little topic.
Okay. Well, before we get into our conversation, let everybody know and introduce yourself and where we can find you.
Yeah, my name is Marcus. I go by King Marcus. I have a YouTube channel at Spiritual Academy, and my Instagram is spiritual__ academy. I'm a writer, um, YouTuber, and I'm currently creating a webtoon. So yeah, look out for that. July.
Yes. And I'll make sure after this, you guys, to leave all his information in the description box. So you were saying, like, our topic tonight is like spiritual growth, okay? Elevation and self improvement.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let you go ahead and kick it off. I'm gonna let you kick it off.
Okay. All right. So it's like uh on a spiritual journey, you know what I'm saying? Everyone has their own journey and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, it's cool because when you first start out, you have to use what you're given, right? So a lot of people learn from other teachers and other healers and stuff like that through YouTube or through, social media in general when we first start our journey. And it's good to take a lot of good things from that, but I feel like one thing a lot of people like falter on is learning how to do things that work for you, because a lot of the times we like to kind of like look at other people's experiences in the spiritual community and then think, okay, it has to be exactly like that, or when I go through a higher spiritual awakening and my chakras are aligning, this is gonna happen, right? But everyone is on a journey and everyone's energy is different. So everyone's gonna go through their own like personal experience for what they need personally. And I think that's the number one thing that people really all of us have to work on, is understanding that we're not on no one's time, and that just because someone else had experience or it's an experience that's like wildly like popular, people have had these experiences, that don't like categorize or put yourself in one spot to be like, okay, it has to happen exactly like that, or I have to work on
Yep.
myself exactly like this to get the results that I want. Because a lot of times spirit will sit you down to like open your mind, because a lot of times our mind is so close to things that we're on this journey. And I always said, like, growing up, really growing on the spiritual journey, it's like when you first start the journey, you collect a lot of things, right? A lot of beliefs, a lot of spiritual practices, stuff like that. But the mainly is your worldview, your mind, what you think about. Okay, am I going towards this spirituality, or because everybody have different paths on their, in their journey. But we collect these things and these experiences and these beliefs, and then we grow, right? And as we grow, that thing kind of becomes like a trampoline almost. So it's like you have to let go of that stuff, the beliefs you thought you had, all this. So it's because it's just building you and building you and building you up. Right? It's like a butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, but it's over and over and over and over. So we're continuing to shed a lot of beliefs that we still had from the beginning of our journey to now. So I
Mhm.
think that's one of the biggest things. Don't be too afraid to like open your mind, open your heart to different things. It took me a long time for me to be like, okay, let me actually try this. Let me, instead of me, getting an ego and be like, what, but this is the better option, right? Just have an open mind. I think that goes a long way when it comes to like learning how to grow using different self-care practices. Um, you know, Instead of just regular meditation, try breath work or try like different, just different practices in general. So I think that's a big step that we all have to learn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like for sure when I first got activated, for lack of better words, um, you do, like Marcus said, you get gravitated to different teachers and instructors and things like that, and they share their experience, and some of them can be kind of like scurry.
Yeah, yes.
Like
Hmm.
for me, mine was cards. Marcus and I both read cards. And I was like, when Spirit told me that that was a divination alley I need to go down, I was like, what? Like, I've always heard such negative things about it. And I was terrified. And I had had readings before by different friends and stuff, growing up and things like that,
Yeah.
that were, different energy practitioners, stuff like that. And it was absolutely beautiful experience. But when Spirit told me, I'm like, this is going to be scary. And now it's just like breathing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right on that for sure. I think the first thing that really caught to me was tarot too. Because I remember I used to do like a chakra reading on myself. Like I would have these 7 chakra crystals, and
Mm-hmm.
I would take a pendulum and okay, and just allow the energy to flow. Okay, which one is unlocked? Which one needs some work? Or which one is like completely, down that road where it's like, okay, let me start doing these practices to get that chakra more in balance. So, that was the first thing that really came to me, and I taught myself tarot. I didn't go to a class, like I didn't go to a webinar. It's like I took the original tarot deck, and I think I still have it. But my original deck, that I learned was the original tarot cards. So I learned from that. It's a little pamphlet, and that's how I learned. And it's just been a given. So yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some things that you feel like you have been doing to elevate in your own lane spiritually over these years?
Uh, Really consistency and self discipline. I think the biggest thing with this journey is a lot of self discipline. I was so horrible with that. I'm still not the best with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Uh, you can't get mad at yourself. Like there's a balance where it's like, okay, you can't get so mad at yourself because you're doing this and you're doing that. But at the same time, okay, it's like where do I take responsibility and where do I not go so hard on myself? So it kind of gets confusing when you get down that road. But it's really just about making a decision. A lot of people just make decisions. Okay, I'm gonna do this spiritual practice, or okay, I'm gonna meditate 5 times a day, or whatever. Right? So it's like, no, don't like make yourself or have like a high amount of things that you need to do
Yeah.
to compensate for it. Sit down, because usually what I would do is like I would get up in the morning, immediately I would do yoga or some type of meditation, but mostly yoga. I get up, yoga, have breakfast. If I do, sometimes I don't even have breakfast, and I just skip it, water fast or do fruit. But yeah, it's been a journey for me, just self discipline, staying on consistently, staying positive. And don't let if you are right because a lot of teenagers now waking up, so it's like especially y'all guys, y'all are in y'all mom's home, you know what I'm saying, so that's like another layer on top of that. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
like really just find a safe space. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Everyone is going to judge you for the rest of your life. Like it's been, what I'm saying? Like I've been judged. Whole family judged me when I started my journey. I started posting things. I didn't care, right? Because I
Mhm.
didn't care. I was, hey, let me just post it. I feel like I need to post it, right? That's always been a part of my purpose is speaking. So I already knew, okay, I've been doing YouTube for 8 years to prepare to prepare me. It's like my higher self, like, okay, you're gonna sit down, do this for like 5 years, and
Yeah.
then use these skills now to help and push out a positive message, which I've been doing on my channel as well. I've been uploading there for like 2 years now. I haven't up for like a couple months, but yeah, I've been just posting, bug out bags. Okay, how do you need certain things that you need to survive in the wild, like, you know, um, how to love yourself because a lot of us are taught and trained how to love, but it's not really that because everyone loves different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everyone has to find their own way, their own self-care practice that you may need more than I do in self-care because that's just your energy. You know what I'm saying? Especially being a mom. So you have kids around, so you definitely need like a space. Even if you do like a spiritual bath.
Mhm.
Okay, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm gone. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like just all to yourself and you need that. You really do these days.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are some ways that you pour into yourself being a divine masculine?
One of the things I do that's really important to me, is always my spiritual bath and get in nature. I try to get in nature like 30 minutes to an hour every day. But my spiritual baths is a huge way because I'm rubbing on myself. You have to really get into it. You know what I'm saying? You have to really like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And be more conscious of it. We do it because okay, we're doing it to like, upgrade our health and self-care, but really do it to like, okay, take your time with it. Don't rush through. A lot of folks just do it and be like, okay, I'm doing this for that. Be more conscious.
Mm-hmm.
I, that's one of the ways I pour into myself is my spiritual bath. Is my meditation. And sometimes I just have chill days. I was on Chrissy's page, like Chrissy's Telegram, like a couple months ago, and she introduced like a chart where you kept accountability of things that you done. That was a huge help for me to stay consistent with what I wanted to do. So that's one of the things that I've been really focusing on recently.
Yeah. How about this water fasting, Marcus? Like, I always hear people talking about it, but could you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, water fasting is good. There's nothing wrong with that, but certain waters you definitely want to do like waters that you're more comfortable with. Like if you don't want to do spring, do distilled.
Mm-hmm.
Or, water fast in general for your body is good because you're flushing everything out. Your body has nothing to eat, so it's just eating off your body fat, all the things that whether you want to lose weight or whatever. But the main part is really just tuning into self because when you haven't eaten anything, you're more heightened than ever. Like
Yeah.
you're able to connect to things better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's one of the ways, and that's a way to teach self discipline as well. That's the first I would say the first thing to start, do like a fast. Even if you don't do a full water fast, do like an intermediate fast where you don't eat nothing till like 4 or 5 o'clock, and then eat like a nice light meal, maybe a salad, or if you want to do like a nice medium meal, that's cool too. But I would say if y'all are interested in that, look up circadian rhythm, and mess around with see how your body reacts to intermittent fasting around that time. Maybe you need to switch it up. Maybe you eat a little bit in the morning and don't eat nothing until later on. So just trial and error. Really just do what works for your body because everybody works different.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's very interesting that you bring that up. about the water fasting because I've been called lately to implement intermittent fasting. So that's what I've been doing. And like my cogs are turning, and I'm like, what's the next step? What's the next step? And I keep hearing the water fasting, and you just confirmed it again.
Yes, confirmation, confirmation. Yeah.
Because I really do. Like, I feel like I am definitely like a true Pisces. Like, I feel like I am all over the place. Like, I am in and out of the depths all the time. And so I'm like really working and striving towards being more self disciplined and doing more healing, high vibrational things like that for myself.
Yeah,
What?
that's a
Go ahead.
plus. Yeah, that's always a plus. Yeah, I would just say try it out and see if it works. Just if you do anything, if you don't want to do water, do coconut water. That's the best thing you could do because
Mm,
coconut water it goes all over your body, every spot it needs, and it hydrates your body. So coconut water, I would say the best, and then like eat like 4 or 5 and see how it works out. That's what I do.
okay, I'm gonna try that. I like that. What's the one brand? Harmless Harvest. Is that the one? The pink
I,
one. I like that one.
yeah, that was cool.
Okay, so how can we practice spiritual elevation every day? And I guess let's start before we go into that. Like people that are just starting their journeys or they're interested into it. What's your suggestion? How to dip their little toes in
Yeah,
the waters?
I would say firstly diet. Diet is a huge. I mean, it's huge because everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started out, it was different for me because I went straight into vegan. I was like, okay, I'm not eating meat. I'm boom, we in. Yeah, that was just me, and that was just when I was eating like vegan junk food. It wasn't really real food, but I would say that's a good transition if you
Yeah.
want to go like raw or just straight fruits and veggies. Yeah, get into like mixing that up, or if you're not fully ready to give a meat instead of chicken and beef and all the extra stuff, just do fish for a little bit. If that's cool, I think that's a good substitute. Go from chicken or whatever to fish. And if you cook fish, make the fish the side dish. Don't make it the main dish. Make it the side dish because you could do many meals with that. So I would say, that's uh one of the big ways when you first get in there. And I would say meditation meditation every day, even if it's just like 15 to 20 minutes, increase your mental health you
Mm-hmm.
know, and this because I've been doing this since like 2020. So that's when around that, I started my journey and I've been getting into meditation and having certain experiences. And yeah, it's been because meditation helps to foster spiritual growth, so, do that. Do that. Like sit alone. Even if you have to turn all the lights off, that's the best anyway. You don't want any lights if you really want to go deep. I would say turn them on off and go into meditation. Get out in nature. You know what I'm saying? Stay present in the moment. And if you do all these things combined, I even if y'all are interested, I even had a video where I like broke it down like different packages. Okay, you want to go vegan and you want to try meditation. Okay, do it this way. I have set examples. So if you want to go into that, you have like a package, like what I'm saying. Like, okay, you do fruits and veggies in the mornings, or just fruits and coconut water. Do meditation, get out in nature, and stay present. That's gonna expand your consciousness anyway, because you're not focused on tomorrow or what happened yesterday. You're focused on the present. And as long as you stay present and you breathe, breath work. Oh my gosh, breath work. Breath work is a huge way to foster spiritual growth and really like elevate because it's different when you're focusing um prana with that energy with the life force. It's like meditation times 10. So it's like it's getting you into a mode deeper, and it also shifts you into a different altered state of consciousness too. If a lot of y'all didn't know that, it shifts you into a different state of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have a lot of fear or a lot of stuff like that when they start off. I mean, I had that too, but I was still pushing. And I think that's just because my ancestors, my higher self is really like on me to start. So I will work out too. Add
Yeah.
all these things. Like I have a whole vision board over here. It says my number one thing was mind, body, and soul wellness. If you focus on that, you're going far. That's the main thing. You have to focus on you.
Yep.
Focus on you. If you focus on you, then you're not gonna be worried about nobody else. So you want to walk right past them because you're
Period.
focused on mind, body, soul wellness. That means adding all the body, the yoga, the workouts together with meditation and getting in nature, combining that, that's spiritual enlightenment. If you continue to move forward with that, that's going to expand your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that was the biggest way. And sharing your journey. Like if y'all are new, start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube, share your journey, share your experiences, because that's exactly what I did. And it helped a lot of people. Like I was just sharing it to recent groups and Telegram groups, just trying to get it out there for others to see, but share your journey, share your information, because everyone has a piece of the puzzle. So, just because you feel like, okay, I'm new to this, I'm not really, you have a lot of knowledge that people need. And
Mhm.
let's say it's a mirror and source is the mirror and we're the cracked pieces in the mirror, right? Everyone has a different perspective, everyone has a different piece. So nobody is better than anyone. So that's one of the things. Start with that. 12 universal laws is a good one too, as well.
Ooh, yes. Peace Danielle. Peace Danielle's in the chat. She said, I'm late. I'm here. Thank you, boo.
Well,
I totally agree with Marcus. Like when I first started everything and what I'm really suggesting right now, like Marcus said, clean up your act. I had to really, because we don't just digest food, okay? We digest the things we see, the things we hear, the relationships in our life. It took me a few years, but really just sitting with myself and looking inside myself of what I still want to be entertaining and doing, like even my own behaviors. Like, do I still want to be living like that? Do I still want to, like, be in that victim mindset, be in that I'm broken, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving mindset? And then really start evaluating my relationship with myself. And then when I started valuing my relationship with myself and learning myself and seeing myself and knowing that I am worthy and that I am deserving, the relationships too, those started to change. The things that I was watching started to change.
yeah,
The way that I spent my time, the way that I spent my money, those things started to change. Like investing in myself, you know, like Marcus said, like when it comes to nutrition and supplements and herbs, and learning and tuning in and aligning myself with like energied people like Marcus and all of our spirit family we had over on Telegram and stuff like that. That was a game changer for real. But when you're starting on these healing journeys, while you're in the healing journey, like you definitely need to check in and do maintenance. Once again, yeah, meditation's great, cutting out all the things so you can hear the divine messages, so you can hear your higher self, your benevolent spirit team, things like that. Also, like Marcus said, going out in nature. Like I was on some stuff yesterday, and my beautiful friend that's here, she was with me, and I was like, "Girl, just hold my hand." Like, you have to surround yourself with like energied people that are willing to hold space for you. And sometimes a lot of us don't have that access in the physical. And sometimes maybe we got to get our little internet friends together.
yes,
And so if you're, on social media, and I cleaned out my social media pages. I didn't want to see nobody shaking their booty. Okay, I didn't
yeah,
want to see nobody drinking, partying, turning up, mutilating themselves, those kind of things. So I aligned myself with people that were eating healthy, like whatever. I'm to the point like I totally understand that we need to be eating plants and eating, fruit to clean and cleanse ourselves, but I align myself with all eating healthy habits, just so it can be present. So every time I get on my stuff, I'm hearing somebody, doing positive self talk, doing some healing, doing some breath work, doing some shadow work, doing some inner child healing, all those things. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it on my list. I'm meditating today. I'm gonna work with my inner child. I'm stretching. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go ground. I'm gonna, interact with my beautiful spirit sisters that are gonna keep me high, and I'm going to, because it's a, oh my gosh, Marcus, like it's a freaking daily practice on ducking and dodging and navigating the negative Nancy's and Nathans.
Oh my gosh. That's a fact. That's true.
And it be your own family.
Yes, it does. They get on. They try to get on your nerves. I mean, they just push every button they see.
Yes. And I was talking to Queen, and she said they just doing their job. Like that's their job. That's their job, so we can continue elevating and working through the triggers and working through the trauma.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you if we don't have a practice yet, like a daily set practice, what are some more easy things to, get into it that we can do?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say a lot of people think they need to be meditation accessible everywhere. So I think that's really the base set practice you could start. Like you don't gotta be perfect. You don't gotta be 100% vegan. All you have to do is just put time aside for you with the intention of bettering yourself. If you just have the intention, even if you go out in nature and just sit down, like, okay, I'm going out today, put my feet in the grass, with the intention of bettering myself today, for elevating myself, for really connecting to myself. And if you just set that intention, everything is gonna work out. You don't need to have a huge yoga mat and all the little crystals. You don't have to have everything yet. I would say start off small. I didn't have any of that when I started. I bought my first crystal set on Amazon, and I used them. I used them to the ground. I mean, I still have a couple of. This is one of mine. Aventurine.
Yes,
Yeah, that's from my original.
this freaking
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a pyrite right here too. I have a pyrite.
that
But
OG
yeah,
Amazon set. Yes.
definitely crystals. Crystals as well. You just want to start crystal. Get like an amethyst, put it on your forehead, and just let. You don't have to put on no extreme meditation. Just lay down, put the crystal on your head, and have the intention to use the crystal energy to clear your body or to connect to the crystal in a way. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good starting point. Connect to yourself. Do things that make you happy, that put you in a higher state. I would say that's one of the bigger things to start with. Even if you don't have all that. Maybe you don't have a nicer phone or whatever it is. Just start working out. Start moving your body. You know what I'm saying? Start um utilizing your mind and intentions. Affirmations, another big one. You can start off. You can look it up on Google, YouTube. Morning affirmations or afternoon affirmations, and you can say it before sleep. These are
Alexa
things you.
has affirmations too.
Yeah, I think there's even like sleep affirmations that reprogram your mind. That's a good practice. Even if you don't have time during the day, let's say you only have time for like a 10-minute meditation in the day, and the rest you're busy, cool. When you go to sleep that night, you can put on like sleep affirmations to reprogram your mind. I am great, I'm amazing, I am worthy. Things that encourage you. But I feel like more just encourage your spirit, encourage your energy, your body to move and to continue to do things to help you elevate. Because I think a lot of people think it's just you're in the body and this is just what it is. But work with your body. You're not your body. You work with it. You know what I'm saying? You're in it to be able to with it to work through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's one of the ways to start. You know?
I think a lot of people think when they start spiritually activating and awakening, they're gonna be like on this Lord Shiva stuff, and they're gonna be like meditating and levitating and all that stuff.
Yes.
You
I mean,
have to work your way up to that, guys.
you do. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I think the first couple gifts that awakened for me was hearing, and it freaked me out. I'm like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? I know I didn't hear that. And then, the funny part is the first, I think, ever spiritual experience I had was my grandpa communicating to me from the other side. So I was like, okay, I heard his voice. I knew immediately, okay, dang, this is serious. Like, because, I didn't want to accept it. 2019, when I first heard about it, I just felt this huge energy vibrating in my chest. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? I was freaked out because I'm like, all this information. Oh, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Let's just go back to normal. And then eventually I got on the journey like a year after that. So yeah, it just don't be afraid, because if you get afraid, you're really just in a way getting afraid of yourself, because it's an aspect of yourself awakening, right?
Absolutely.
The real you awakening, because it's really a soul awakening, a soul remembrance, because it's deeper than just your body. We've been in multiple different avatars and multiple different timelines. We've been here. We're multi-dimensional beings, literally. You know what I'm saying? We have pieces and aspects of ourselves all across the galaxy. So this is just think of this. This personality, this version of who you are is just one aspect of the infinite amount of aspects of who you are, because if we're all source and all pieces of source, then we have billions of different aspects of who we are that have incarnated in multiple different star systems.
Mhm.
So don't make yourself so small. I think I see a lot of people, do videos where they see how big is the universe, and it goes out and oh my god, I'm so small. But we have to understand you are the universe. Like the piece of you that helped create life here, physical life, it still exists in the higher realms. That part of you still exists right now. And I think a lot of people think they're alone. A lot of people think, starting out on this journey that no one's there.
Yeah.
When I started the journey, I was alone. You know what I'm saying? And it was sad, and no one knew. It was just weird. I'm like, okay, this is what's happening to me. No one understands what's going on. It's like, it's like you're in a movie. It's like you wake up in the movie, like, oh my God, like nobody realized this is what this is. So it's like, yeah, just reach out to other programs. Telegram, was Discord too. Discord and Telegram. I joined Discord through, I believe, because Solo Nati was the first person I listened to who actually got me to like wake up and the information to like work on myself. So
Mhm.
I joined the Discord group and I met someone. We made it our own Discord group and we just share knowledge. Join groups that share knowledge and information and keep an open mind. That doesn't mean believe anything you see. Discern. Okay, you have to learn how to discern. How to discern? All you have to do is you have information here that you probably don't 100% resonate with. You can meditate on it. That's what it means to really go within. That's what it means to go within. You go within by going meditation to connect with yourself. Okay, does this sound right to me? Is this really real? Maybe this part, but I don't know if it's that part. So it's just learning to discern the information and what works for you. No one is completely wrong and no one is completely right.
Right.
Like I said, everyone got a piece of the puzzle. I have information that others don't, is why I'm called to share.
Mhm.
You have a lot of information, especially with motherhood and going through raising kids. So that's a huge help that can impact people in a bigger scale, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Um, for me, when I wanted to definitely know more knowledge, yes, I did Discord just a little bit, but Telegram, like Marcus said, Instagram, what's the other one? Clubhouse. Were you ever on Clubhouse?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that's interesting. Everything you want to know, we have the knowledge because a lot of things I always tell like some of my clients like we're not just here having this little human experience, work a 9 to 5, to get old, have our little rinky dinky 401k and not have nothing to live off of or leave the next generations. So we're souls, we're spirits here on missions. And our mission is to raise the frequency, the vibration, the consciousness of the collective. Okay. And I don't know for you, Marcus, but I activate so much when I like for people when they're around me. If it's like they need trauma healing, inner child healing, energetic healing, self reflection, okay, and advancement, it happens. Like I
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah.
um what are some other things that you are working with and working through right now?
Uh, I think the number one thing I've really been focused on is a lot of shadow work. A lot of growing up where speaking my truth, I couldn't do that in a household with other people who said, shut up and do this and do
Yeah.
that. So it's like, I have a real problem with taking information from others. So people thinking that oh, wait, thinking that like, oh, did I get kicked out?
No, you're paused a little bit, but I can hear you.
Okay, one second. Let me get in.
Uh-oh. He just left. Hold on. And I also like I feel like even if it's not in alignment with the things like we've grown up with you guys as moms, if our kids are interested in stuff like this, don't be so quick to demonize their self-advancement and elevation and tapping into knowledge, sacred knowledge that's available for everybody. Let's see. Hold on. Ugh, you guys. Technical difficulties. Is Mercury in retrograde? uh, that was weird. Like it says he's in there and then he just left. But sometimes with this little streaming service, it acts a little wonky. But yeah, if your kids are interested in learning about herbs, get them some books. If they're interested in learning breath work and meditation, yoga, things like that, that's definitely things like you can do with them. If they have some interesting dreams and stories and visitors, listen to them because kids are so like they just came from source. You know what I mean? So they have gifts. And a lot of people are just like, oh, it's just this, it's just that. But listen to your kids and what they have to say. Um, and keep a journal. Like, keep a journal about interesting things that they tell you about. Because I think that's the worst thing for people that have gifts, like spiritual gifts, like for people to just tell them that they're crazy or you're making it up. You a lie. Okay. I remember hearing that. Okay. Some folks don't support. But listen to your kids. Some things I do every day for myself, once again, is meditating. I'm trying to be better about carving time out for myself to check in with myself, do self care. And, baby, when you're a mom and you homeschool your kids, the easiest self care that some people take for granted is washing your ass, brushing your teeth, and washing your face. Make sure you're doing that for yourself every day.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck is up with the connection. Okay. What
yeah, yeah. But
are we talking about?
Well, it was the last question you asked. I think it was one thing I forgot.
Because I forgot to, and I panicked and I started rambling.
I do that.
Oh my gosh. Um, I don't know. Let's talk a little bit about energy.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a big lesson to learn. Okay, like um, I didn't get beat multiple times by spirit, by spirit because I wasn't listening in certain situations. Because you have to understand that it's not 9 times out of 10 your family. It's the energy they hold. It's the role they play in your life. Because sometimes people just be there to just mess with you, to just see if you'll come out of character, come out of your energy, to indulge with their energy. Because when you respond to that, it's like you connecting a pathway between your energy and their energy, and then their energy can come in. So it's like when you try to argue back and forth with them, that's what that is. It's just energy transference.
Mm-hmm.
So um that was the thing for me to learn, because at least once to start to do more shadow work, it got better, because I'm like, okay, whatever, I ain't on that today. Like I'm not letting my energy get low. I think it was just, what was this song? It was just one song, by Pharrell, I'm happy. And I remember,
Yeah.
like, oh, this is another thing. This is another thing too. That, like, use music in a way that keep your energy high as well. Sometimes I get up in the morning and I would, okay, I got a playlist of songs. So let's say I want to play like 2 songs today, and those are like hype songs, get me hype, get me ready for the day. Get me in the mood. And don't hold yourself back. Like, you feel like you want to dance, break down in the middle of your in the middle of your room floor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let I think a lot of us are we grow up with the sense of, oh, how are we gonna be looked at for doing this? Or how are people gonna judge us if I do this? You know? So that's what we was talking about. He was like, one of the things I was talking about, shadow work. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, shadow work, once you get into that, get into going into meditations, you could just look them up on YouTube too. But meditation keep your energy high, keep you level. You're fully awake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't even explain. It's like you're expanding your consciousness more to where you're like hyper aware. And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you'll have certain experiences, like uh I think it's clairsentience, when you know things before they happen. That happened to me so much. Plus, I got like prophetic dreams, so it's like it's a lot with that. So I have to really pay more attention. But I'm blessed to be able to like remember most of my dreams. Like, I can remember dreams from like a year ago. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, that's how I know. Okay, I was told in the dream state you have prophetic dreams. So
Mm-hmm.
listen to your dreams as well. You can ask your spirit guides. Okay, what can I do today, or what don't I need to do today to make sure my energy stays high?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything is energy. Everything. Your room has energy flowing. So it's like sage. If you live in a house, let's say y'all are younger, if you live in a house like with your mom, dad, whatever, get sage, get Palo Santo. If you're blessed to be able to have your own room, oh my gosh, you're lucky. Get sage, get Palo Santo, and do your whole door with that energy. And you can literally set an intention and visualize like a golden gate from in front of your door. And as soon as someone come in, all negativity is transmuted. If you Intention is everything.
Yes.
Okay, the universe is mine. Before you do anything, you really think about it. Like, even though it's become second nature to you, think about it before you do something. Like, even if it's to go get some water, even if it's just like you have to scratch because you have like an itch, that's like, you think it's instant. So it's like, have more consciousness with making decisions. Um, and stay aware. If you know you're going out, keep your head on a swivel. It's energy all around you, especially in hotels and gas stations, and different places that you go to has energy. Grocery stores. So wearing crystals is a big way to preserve your energy. and set intentions over your crystals. Like,
Mm.
okay, today, please protect me from any negative energy. Like you couldn't even imagine. Like I think that's one thing we really have to allow folks to get lazy with is
Mhm.
we don't sit there and really set an intention over the crystal. We just say it like one time, two times, maybe like 5 seconds, and then go. Take time to sit there, man. Even if you got to sit there for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and really just imagine it. And your imagination is going to go a long way if you utilize it in the right way.
Exactly. You know, it's interesting. When I clean my house, that's what I do with my cleaning products. Like
Mm.
I set the intention. I mop the floor. I set the intention for it to not only cleanse the dirt, but to cleanse all the things out of the home that no longer serve me and my family.
I go crazy with my spiritual baths too. I don't play. Like I'll have like candles. I'll have like stuff in there, flowers, essential oils, and when the water's flowing, I would like get on my knees to pray over the water, and I have my hand in the water, and I just imagine myself like moving the water around. And the water's green, green for healing. Right here, that's all I do. Green for healing. Just do that. If you want to do like a nice sit down, spiritual bath, do it. Pray over the water. Imagine whatever you want to do. It don't have to be green. It don't have to be the color I chose. Just imagine. Even if you imagine divine white light coming down and just sparking over the water, whatever you want to imagine, right? Have the intention to do that. And the bath, have you think, okay, today I'm going to be pampering myself. I'm going to be cleansing my body, cleansing my auric field. So it's like intention, intention, intention. I mean, it's the biggest thing when it comes to utilizing it in a way that'll keep your energy high and keep it cleansed.
Exactly. Even when you're cooking, you can speak the intentions over the herbs. Okay, you can speak it over the food that you have it the intention for it to be for your nourishment,
Yeah.
to clean and cleanse your body. Support your body as it needs to. Go to whatever organs and things like that as well. Just being more. I feel like so much in Western society and West world, we've gotten so far from the intention. Like all the other cultures, all the other spirituality practice, they're very intentional when they use things. I mean, everything. Okay. Like
Yeah.
phone, okay, the water you drink, okay, the shoes you put on, like speaking life over the things that you own, being more mindful is like more mindful practice, right? How I guess how we can be more mindful every day is just moving more slower and more intentional,
Yeah.
because we're always in a rush. We're always in a rush to do something, a rush to get the next high, a rush to get the next fix, the rush to get the next like, the rush to get the next follow. Okay.
Yeah. That's a
Move
big,
slow.
that's a big. Mm-hmm.
Move slow and glow, honey. Hey Marcus, what are some ascended masters you're working with these days?
Oh, that's a good question. I usually just ask, and they'll, if I ask, they'll just let me know. But I think some of the ones you would use Archangel Michael and Raphael. I would say Raphael, especially when it comes to healing work. You
Yes.
know, even if you do like there's guided meditations and archangel cord cutting. Like it's so many things. YouTube is your best friend when you start this journey. If you want to
YouTube
keep your energy
University.
right,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it has everything. So you can look up anything. They have it. Just look it up. Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are some things, because I asked this question, but before y'all get into, tapping into these energies, entities, spirits, beings, deities, okay, how do we protect ourselves, Marcus?
Oh my gosh, I have a couple ways of that because it keeps evolving. It evolves every because this is the thing I think Isis Wisdom always said, y'all always want to be in the realms, but y'all are never grounded.
Period.
Your number one thing, don't listen. First off, you shouldn't be connecting to anything unless you got a little bit like self mastery over certain things, like really knowing you. Then tap into that. But I wouldn't say don't do that. Tap into your higher aspects, not because you don't just have one higher self. A higher self is an aspect of you that has already done this and they've already mastered this already. You have other aspects, higher aspects, which are just different reincarnated versions of you that are your other higher selves that are in higher realms, higher existences. So connect to your soul family
Yeah.
first. Connect to your soul family, your incarnates, your different selves, because we have multiple different selves throughout the different dimensions. We're just on third dimension. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And the specific time matrix, which which it represents like a universe, the universe that we're in is called the universal time matrix. And within that time matrix, we got 12 dimensions. So it's probably way more than that, above, outside of that, obviously. But we're on third dimension. So think about this. You came in from source, from above the time, out of the time matrix. Because when you ascend to source, you go through all those back up, right? So when you came in, think about it. When you first came in, 12, you had an incarnation there, probably a few. 11, you had a couple there. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So coming on down, you've had incarnations there that they exist right now because time doesn't exist. All right, everything happening right now. We just are, let's say, there's a stream of time, different time vectors right now. We're in this time vector where we awaken people. There's a time vector where you're a Atlantean, where you're a Egyptian, that are happening right now. The only thing about it that makes it seem like it's so far in the past and so in the future is our consciousness is focused into this time frame right now.
Yes.
So you have multiple different versions of you. A lot of people when they do meditations, they would start seeing like eyes popping up. These are other yous that's connecting through you. And believe me, when you first start, don't get too overwhelmed. Take it step by step. Don't try to get super advanced. Don't do that because you don't want to rush your growth and you don't
Yeah.
want to jump into something that you're not fully spiritually ready to handle yet. Um, like seeing your other selves. I mean, I remember waking up and seeing a whole bank. I think it was another version of me or somebody watching over me. Probably another version of me, but it was an energy form. It was not in a body. It was a whole energy being. I think that's the best thing I can describe it as. But you have other selves, other yous, Andromeda in you, Lyra in you. You had incarnations in these different aspects. These are all you. On the 12th dimension, that is called a Christos avatar, right? That you have a Christos avatar self, right? The Christos avatar version of you is the version of you that are all the different incarnations come back into one, called the Christos avatar. So that's the highest level of you before you get into source, which is non-physical separation. The higher you go, the more unity it is. So that's why they say you have to work on yourself and work on your energy, because fear and anger can exist on higher realms because of the energy. It,
Hmm.
it just can't exist on the higher realms. So that's why people say the 3D, 5D split. It's really just vibration. It's not nothing completely, you know what I'm saying? Completely wild. Like, oh my God, one day we're just gonna be beamed up. Like, it's an energy thing. It's a vibration thing. So yeah, you have many different other selves, and a lot of people are just here to remind you. You know, you're not supposed to follow gurus and people. You're supposed to get the knowledge and tap into yourself because you're your own guru. You've done this hundreds of times, and a lot of folks don't remember because you come in not remembering. You know, but yeah, you have many different versions of you. Tap in to these different other versions of you. They're trying to communicate to you. So
Sorry.
oh, you good, you good.
Daniel said he left off with living in a house with people that told him to sit down and shut up.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's I did that too.
yeah,
My mom.
When you
People in my
broke,
family.
yeah, when you broke off and we had the technical difficulty, that's what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely. Um, People are going to try to put you down, especially when you're a teenager and you're starting on this journey. Just do the best you can. I would say do the best you can in terms of putting yourself, okay, and communicate to them. I don't care if you because a lot of times people have a time messed up think their throat chakra where they don't feel safe enough to speak their truth. That was me 20. I mean, all throughout my younger years,
Yep,
uh, I had to come to terms with speaking my truth and like, okay, this is what it is. I'm doing this. I'm not doing that. So if if you have to say something, even if it's to like a parent, communicate to them like, listen, I don't like I don't like the way you said that. It made me feel like this. If you just be open, they might not care. It's a lot of folks that do not care. It's a lot of people that don't care about your feelings. So if they don't, do the best you can to stay away from them and focus on self. That's the best thing I could say for that because that's what I did.
baby. Say it for the people in the back, Marcus. Okay,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
baby, it took me 37 years. Okay, to
Mm,
get that. Okay, but I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that I'm here now. Okay, and I am a narcissist abuse survivor, and I have noticed that that energy lately. Okay, because you said something like May. Did you say May was a little rocky?
yes. Yeah.
For me as well. Like that Taurus energy, baby, wasn't playing with nobody. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Right.
that we're in Gemini season, my throat chakra has been activated like nobody's business. Okay. And so that like energy, because this is how you guys have to think about it. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist and you finally muster up all the energy, the courage, the self love to break away from this narcissist and you free, spirit, the universe is going to send other people, other energies, because it's the same energy your way through other family members, friends, might be another significant other until you keep stomping that ass. Okay, for lack of better words. Okay. And so I feel that. Like, I feel that so much. I don't care how old you are, when you start, work on speaking your truth, work on activating. Yes. Hi, peace, my cousins in here. What's up, Ranita? That's my boo.
That's, uh,
Work on activating that throat chakra so when you do have to speak your truth and stand up for yourself, you can speak it easily and you can speak it effortlessly because of course we have the backing of the divine, but who's going to be your biggest cheerleader and your biggest bodyguard, security guard is you. Okay?
yeah.
So
Gotta hype yourself up.
go ahead, Marcus. Sorry.
Uh, you have to hype yourself up. You have to. A lot of for me, I think a lot of times I search for validation outside of myself before I started this journey. But that's because I didn't feel adequate within myself. So it's like it was things I really had to work on that I had worked on. Where it comes to just knowing, like, okay, I know what I'm doing is fire. Because I had been writing um the book for the webtoon since like 2018, no, like 2020, 2019, 2020. So I was working on it, and it's about spirituality, right? The chosen, waking up. It's gonna be fire. I can't wait to share that with y'all because it really tells our journey, but in like an entertaining way, in an anime kind of format. And it talks about ancient information in there. It talks about elevating. It talks about meditation. It talks about a lot of information that I've learned. I just put in there, and it's just I'm excited because um one of my intentions was to help a lot of people through that. to help a lot of people connect with themselves in a different way. So
Mhm.
that's one of the things, you know.
Look at you over here channeling messages and turning it into entertainment and education. Hey,
Mm,
you better go ahead.
I,
So, Marcus, before we get out of here, is there anything else you want to touch on?
um, trust yourself. I say that's the number one thing on this journey. Um, learn how to trust yourself. And learn how to respect yourself, because a lot of times we do things that are not 100% for our greatest well-being. Trust yourself and listen to your intuition. Your first mind is right. Don't ever second guess that. And I think that's all I have to say.
Yes, because baby, we got a lot of people in our life, these family, friends, and foes that always
Yeah.
want to talk us out of our instinct, okay, our gut feelings. Another way to cleanse that so you can listen to your first mind, cleanse your gut.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Marcus, let us know again where you can be found, where you want to be found.
Yes. I'm Spiritual Academy on YouTube at Spiritual Academy now. And on Instagram, you can find me at spiritual underscore underscore academy. I have posters there. If y'all are interested in like the little webtoon I'm releasing in June, I'll have links. I'll send you a link to put it in there as well if they want to join that.
Okay. Well, I give so much gratitude for you being here with me tonight and
But
being the first king, divine, masculine of on the
as we lit,
podcast. And thank you and gratitude and peace to everybody who joined us while we were live, and peace and gratitude to everybody who joined us on the replay. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure I leave all his information in the description box. Okay. And we don't see y'all in the next one. Peace.